$10,017.82 is exactly how much profit this store made me last month, despite me only being able to spend about 30 minutes on it. This is the shop that I started a few months back with $0 completely from scratch, selling print-on-demand apparel on our Shopify store. And I've been documenting the journey every step of the way on our path to 7 figures in sales in under 12 months. Now, only spending about 30 minutes on the store was certainly not anything I planned to do. But my wife and I got married in the middle of the month, and it was amazing. But I honestly had no idea how much work and effort goes into that. And then on top of that, we thought it'd be a great idea to move across the country in the same month as our wedding. So we've had our hands full, to say the least, and so that left both of us with very little time to work on the business. This would have been an extremely stressful experience for us if it were not for the systems and automations that we luckily have in place so that we're able to step away from the business, whether if we want to or need to, and it continues to run and generate profit no matter what. In this video, I'm going to share with you the automations and flows that we have built into our print-on-demand apparel business so that whenever we choose to step away or have to, it's able to keep running and generating profit for us day and night, regardless of what we're out there doing. That's why in this video, I want to share with you what those systems and automations are that you can easily set up in your own business so that if you have to step away or just want to take a break, you can rest assured that your business is continuing to generate profit day and night. And before we take a look at those automations, let's first see the sales and the stats for ourselves so you can know that I'm telling the truth and this is actual profit that you can count on. So in our Shopify store, I'll hit refresh, and you can see that we had $90,386.70 in sales. Our average order value was $44.55, and our conversion rate was slightly lower at 2.3%. But we had a really good December, doing $160,000 in sales, which is kind of tough to keep up with in January. But the really important thing for us to look at here is our P&L and our financials for the month, which I'll let you pause here if you want to take a look at all the numbers and like really analyze things. But the important thing for you to see is that after all fees and expenses, we had $10,017.82 in net profit at the end of the day. That's after we add back a slight boost to our margin from the Printify 5% rebate and a 2% cashback credit card. And 2 other KPIs that I want to point out that really changed things for us this past month was, number 1, our cost of goods sold was slightly higher than what we had seen in previous months. It was around a 44%, which typically it's at least 2 to 3% cheaper than that. And our overhead as a percentage of revenue was substantially higher, which overhead as a percentage of revenue is just any expense that we incur regardless of the number of sales. So think software or employee salary, those expenses divided by our total sales. And in the previous months, this number has been around 2 to 3%. We like to keep it under 2%. But this past month, it's been around 5 to 6%. And the reason for that is while our overhead expenses only increased slightly, the revenue dropped by 45%. So when you decrease the denominator by 45%, it's naturally going to go up. So what we want to do about this moving forward is 1, obviously increase revenue, but 2, make sure that we're cutting costs everywhere that we can. Make sure that we're reaching out to our software providers to see if we can get cheaper rates. Now that we've taken a look at the sales and seen the profit for this past month, let's take a look at our first automation, which is one of the most important within our ad account. And here's the log of all the activity within the ad account last month, and you can see that the only actions that were taken was budgets being updated. And this was an automatic audience being created. And the budgets being updated was where the 30 or 45 minutes that I spent the entire month, that's where that time went. I'm going to show you right now, because I actually need to do it again, what that process looks like and how simple it is. And before I update my budgets, I'm just going to give you an overview of why these campaigns run so smoothly. The automations in our account are honestly pretty simple. The most important thing to understand is the power of Number one, the CBO and catalog campaigns, and number two, retargeting. So CBO is campaign budget optimization. And in the past, you had to give your budget at just the ad set level, which gave relatively inconsistent performance because it's a smaller audience group and it has less ad assets within it. Whereas when you switch to the campaign budget, it's able to switch between all of these different ad sets automatically, which results in a much smoother and more reliable performance for us as the advertisers. And the second thing are the catalog ads. And these are one of my favorite types of ads to run simply because it tests all of our products at a rate that would be completely impossible for me as a human advertiser. All that I do is I connect it to my Shopify store using the Facebook app, and it automatically starts testing all of our products. And if you're curious about learning about how to set up these campaigns, just leave a comment down below and I'll make more content like this. And you can head over to the free community and course that we're launching by clicking the link down below. And the other campaign type is the retargeting campaign, which this one is really powerful because it is automatically re-engaging people that have visited our website and haven't purchased for whatever reason. And these ads are fantastic for boosting the overall performance of your account as a whole. So like I said, the only thing that I was really doing this whole time was I would sit down about twice a week and review the performance and manually bump or cut the budgets of our different campaigns. And even this you could automate with rules. I just personally like being forced to check and keep an eye on things because if I wasn't doing this, I would do literally nothing in the business. So I feel like it's good to keep a pulse on things myself. So I'm going to bump the ads right now, which at the time of recording this is a Wednesday, so it's kind of a tough time. A much better time would be like on a Thursday or Friday. But the way that I do this is I first look at the performance from last 7 days. See, CBO catalog's been doing well worldwide and one of the testing ad sets. So that's good. So I select those. Now I want to look at how did it perform yesterday. Yesterday, the testing did well, CBO did not, and the worldwide did well. Then I'll look at today. Yeah, CBO catalog did not do well. Okay, so these are the ones I'm going to bump. So I typically bump them anywhere from 10 to 20%. This time I'll do 10. And now I'm going to look at within this testing ad set, it was doing the best. Oh, actually both of them performed well. Look at that. Even Facebook's saying it's high performing. All right, so we're going to go 20% on this one. So I'm going to do 240. And this one will do up to 45. Now I've bumped the top performers. Now I want to go back through and cut the lowest performers. So last 7 days, this one sucked. And this one's on the watch list. All right, so now let's look at yesterday. This one super sucked. Oh, this one didn't get a single purchase. Very bad. I'm just cutting this one right now. I'm just gonna lower this one, cut this one. And that one's already a pretty low budget, so I'm going to leave it the same. Review and publish. And that's about it. You saw what we just did, and it took me even longer because I'm talking through it. But it takes about 2 to 3 minutes to do that, and I was doing that about twice a week. And that's all the effort that really goes into maintaining these ads. That's why I love this business model so much, is that Facebook has automated so much of the process for us. And I know it can be intimidating to get started with running ads for the first time, but that's why I'm making videos like these, and you can go check out the free courses so that you can see everything that you need to build the system and be able to put in, 10 minutes a week of work into maintaining your ad account. Next automation I want to show you is one of my favorites because it is the definition of set it and forget it when it comes to just printing money in your sleep. And that is our email automations. I've talked a lot about these in the past, and you guys have asked extensively for an in-depth email training, which I've heard you, and I'm working on it right now. Just want it to be really good before we post it. And that's going to be one of the modules in our free course and community. So you can click the link down below and check that out for once it launches. So in our Klaviyo dashboard, start off at home, go down to flows, filter by month to date. I'm recording this on January 31st. Here you can see all of the different flows that we have. So we have our upsell pop-up, we have our browse abandonment, our abandoned checkout, our welcome flow, our post-purchase flow, our sunset flow, our birthday flow. A lot of different flows. It takes some time to set up, but once you have done it, it generates basically free cash flow 24/7. So people are automatically added to these different email automations depending on certain actions that they've taken. Klaviyo is smart enough that it knows that if they're in multiple flows, that it shouldn't be sending all those emails at once, making sure you're not spamming people, and makes our job really easy as marketers. Like, we just set up these flows and they run constantly. And if it wasn't for flows like this, that, yeah, it doesn't look like too much revenue when you consider like we're doing 6 figures a month, but it really adds up a lot profit wise, because these sales are basically all profit. It's just our cost of goods. There's no ad cost on these. So out of $1,800 in revenue, that's easily $900 in profit, or $1,300 in revenue, that's easily $600 in profit. And all of these, it took probably a week for me to write and set up all these emails, but now it just does this constantly. And the third automation or system that we have in place, or really software in this case, that helps us keep an eye on things from a 10,000 foot view is Gorgeous, which is our new customer service software that we just set up. Before we were just using Gmail, and that's completely fine if you're getting started. But Gorgeous is amazing because it allows us to see at a quick glance exactly what our customer satisfaction score is, our average response time, and make sure that everybody's being taken care of. There's no worse feeling than thinking at the back of your mind that there's a big backlog of tickets piling up. Nothing will ruin a wedding more than that. So it's really nice to be able to check this and see that we have a 4.74 out of 5 customer satisfaction, and the first email that people are getting back is within 9 hours. So, and we're working to improve that. We're going to be hiring somebody else soon on the customer service side, but it's really nice to be able to see that, and then also that all of the tickets have been completely cleared out. Before, we were logging into a Gmail account that was completely cluttered with hundreds of tickets that it was tough to tell if they were responded to or not. And last but certainly not least, I could not end this video without mentioning our amazing team. And right now it's just a small team. It's myself, my wife Meg, who you should go check out her channel too, and then somebody who does customer service, and then somebody who manages our Printify or product uploads, Shopify, all of that. So the customer service rep is responsible for all of the tickets being answered in Gorgeous within a time frame and maintaining a certain satisfaction score. Then our supply chain manager is responsible for any time there are new designs that need to be uploaded. They will take those and go through our product list spreadsheet and go through all of the SOPs, just checking off the boxes, uploading the new designs, putting them on the mockups, syncing them from Printify to Shopify, then bulk updating the product title, description, tags, all of that good stuff. And those two areas of the business, customer service and supply chain, are by far the most time consuming, but they're also really worthwhile to understand them. That's why I recommend anybody who's just starting out, go through those departments yourself, do all of those pieces, learn it in and out, and then hire somebody. In the beginning, you can hire somebody that does both, but as you grow larger, you'll want somebody for each department at least. Let me know in the comment section down below if you want to learn more about hiring and managing a team of VAs and training them so you can trust them like you would trust yourself running the business. And be sure to subscribe so you can follow along and see next month's update, and where we're going to be getting things back on track and scaling much more substantially than we did this month. Going to push things and do like 30 hours of work instead of 30 minutes, but we'll see. And I applaud you guys for watching to the very end of a video. That is a rare feat nowadays with our scatterbrained TikTok society. So good for you. Best of luck in starting your own business, and I'm here for you guys. If you watch this far, you can do this. I'm confident in you. Let me know how I can help, and feel free to join the free school community and chat with me there. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.